What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys, and today I have a review of the Mezco King Kong of Skull Island, King Kong. Alright, my zillions, one of my most anticipated releases of the year is finally here. It took about the entire year from seeing it at Toy Fair to the pre-order finally going up to it being here in hand. But boy, am I glad it got here before the year was up. Because it's awesome. It is an awesome piece, and I could just say that right now. Okay, review over. See ya. But yeah, it's very cool. It is as expected. And I'm really happy about that. If you didn't see my unboxing, if you've never heard me talk about this piece at all, this is a version of Kong that comes from a book and a graphic novel based on the book. I guess the book. King Kong of Skull Island by Joe DeVito. And it has the copyrights on the box itself, you know. That was the confirmation, and I never actually heard Mezco talk about that, but when I saw it at Toy Fair, I knew right away what it was, because I worked on the graphic novel version of this. It was one of the first freelance lettering gigs I ever had. It was this, and it helped me get a job at DC, so hey, very cool. I'll always have love for this. So when I saw it, I was like, oh my god! I had to have it. I saw the title and stuff. I was like, I knew what it was. So for me to be able to review this for you guys and bring this to you guys is incredible. And you know, it's kind of cool when stuff crosses over here, you know, and that's really awesome. Let's just get right into it and let's look at this. Oh, I guess we didn't get right into it. Let's look at this head sculpt, because it is incredible. Now, he doesn't come with this head on in the package. He comes with another head, but we will look at that after. This is my preferred one because, man, that is amazing. I love the big growl, and you know, the way it looks. The eyes are perfectly painted in there. That looks really cool. It's a great design. It's like it's like the original Kong. It is the original Kong. It's based on the original Kong, but like just done up, you know, just a little more amped up, giving it the Mezconizing, you know, like, and I just dig a great sculpt work. And, you know, Joe DeVito is a great artist as well, so I'm sure a lot of that design went from him into this. He's got a lot of scarring, which is cool. I really dig it. It's all over the place here. You can see even more of it on the other head because while you see it here, the other head, you know, the mouth is closed and stuff. The teeth look pretty good. I really like them. There's a nice little wash on them, and the gums also have the wash as well. The tongue looks cool in there. It's not articulated, not an articulated mouth or anything, but it's a great look. The one, two little things, issues I have on mine is there's a little bit of tooth paint right there. That's easily taken care of, but it is there. And the other thing I will take care of as well, but I have to show you these things, is you see how these two front teeth are connected, you know, and then the rest are not. It's like I think they were just supposed to put a little slit there or a little more black paint or something, you know, because they are connected on the bottom there just a little bit. Otherwise, the bottom ones aren't bad. I think they look pretty good, and the rest of it looks incredible. So very awesome head sculpt. You know, you got a lot of folds up here, wrinkles. The paint is so good on this figure. I really like it. I love how all the sculpted fur looks throughout. It looks just incredible. It like knocked my socks off when I saw it at Toy Fair, guys. It was awesome. And there's a giant 18-inch one, hopefully to come down the line. I hope they didn't scrap that because it looked amazing as well. Even more stylized than this one, I have to say. The back hair looks great. There's such a nice wash. There's a couple different colors in here, and I love it. There's some blacks and some like lighter colors, not blacks, but like browns and grays and stuff all mixed together. Very, very nicely done. I mean, look at the grays in there. It's so good, and a little wash over it. I like how his eyes get darker to really pop, you know, around his eyes to really pop those eyeballs. Really nice. He got more scarring in his chest, which is really nicely done. 3 there, a couple there. So very, very nice. Very cool. Here in the waist, I think there's some lines here. I'm not sure what that is. If it was supposed to be scarring. It looks like it's supposed to be scarring, and it wasn't maybe painted in, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll definitely be on the lookout to see other people's reviews to see what's going on. Just right there. You see that? Those lines right there? But it's not the biggest of deals either. Overall, fur is incredible. The hands look really good. I will take a look at the hands more in the accessories. I already filmed that part. Spoiler! So you got some more lighter grays as you go down, and I think that's really cool as well. So a lot of really great, not symmetrical paint, and that is perfect. You know, it should be like that. The feet look great, really nice sculpt. Lots of like wrinkles in them. I like how the nails are painted. They're not quite perfect, a little dirty, and that's really well done. You do have sculpt on the bottom of the feet. Very, very well sculpted. Very well. So that is awesome. And there is even a little bit of a wash down here too. So yeah, head to toe, guys. Head to toe. This is fully painted, fully sculpted, and fully awesome. All right, let's look at articulation now. Head is on this ball joint, which actually moves very well. You see the ball joint move very well, you know, onto itself. But with the head on there, it is a little bit hindered in this with this particular head because the mouth is open. Here is the other head. So you get a little more movement in this head than you do there. So that's pretty cool. I like this one. I like it. At the abs, you do have one giant, what I believe is a big giant ball joint in there. Works pretty well. I could lean this way, but I can't lean too much that way. Now, the one thing I want to say, actually, and I should have said it earlier, is I went and proactively dried this guy from head to toe. Like, took the blow dryer, took some heat to it, all over the place. My legs were a lot tight, and this one is still pretty tight. But it freed up a lot of the articulation. I couldn't get this to do much more than I just showed you. Going back and forward aren't, you're not getting much either. But definitely heat this up if you're getting this guy. Heat it up first. You don't want to like damage any joints by trying to move it without, Again, legs were very, very tight, especially this leg here. Arms have a nice deep hinge in here, ratcheted hinge. You hear that? Swivel works well. Single jointed elbow and a swivel at the elbow. The wrists are on these ball joints here that do move, so you can get some motion in them. And then the legs, and like I said, it's a really tight one on this side, so you're not getting too much rotation in there, outwards or forwards at all, so or back. So it's kind of limited in a way. And again, very tight here. I'm a little scared of this one. I'm gonna have to, maybe do hot water on this one to really get in there and try to unstick this one a little bit more than it is. But this one moves a lot better. You're still not getting a ton of range, but it's good. There's a hinge here at the knee. I think it's just a single hinge. Bends about that much. And the foot, has some rocking action, has some swiveling action. So there you go. It's probably on a big ball joint as well. So you're getting good range of motion out of the foot, which will help with your posing. So is it the most articulated? No. It's not like an SH Monstarts, but it's more akin to like a Diamond Select or a NECA in that range of figures, you know, depending on what figures they do. I would say think about it like that. Plastic quality, while I mentioned those figures, it feels a little more substantial than most of the NECA figures I have. And most of the DST smaller figures. But I would say this is akin to one of the bigger DST figures. If you have one of those, like a Gladiator Hulk or, Destroyer or, one of those type of figures, like that really heavy plastic quality. It feels really good, and heavy. So that is pretty cool. In total, the con comes with 5 hands here. 2 fists, 1 for each hand. Done nice, same deco as Kong. Nice sculpts on them, as we saw. And he also has 2 gripping hands, well, kind of like outstretched fighting hands, I would say, like gripping onto an opponent's face. And these look pretty good. The nails are really nice on them. They're actually different from each other. Let's put these 2 down. The grips are just slightly different, so it's not completely symmetrical, and I like that. Like this thumb is open a little more, they're at different heights. I dig that little bit of extra attention to detail, so that is pretty cool indeed. So very, very nice there. And the final one is a holding hand that comes with an Andaro figure. Now it's secure. It's not glued in. I put it in there myself. The grip hand is nice. It works really well. And she fits in there very well. And let's take a look at the Andaro figure. I did get a little bit of either paint chip or paint rub just now. I do see a little bit in my hand there. But that's actually off of her. I don't know if this is... Well, whatevs. This is a nice little figure, a little PVC figure of Andaro's. Really sculpted well for the size it is. Like the hair, you can make out all of it. And, she has a little bit of paint on the eyes and the mouth and the nose. Well, not really paint on the nose, but you could make out the sculpted detail there. Her dress is sculpted really well. There's a lot of wrinkles in there. All the way to the back side. She's got one shoe on, one shoe off. And the shoe looks good. I mean, that's really cool. Like the pose is really great. And like I said, she fits nice and snug in it, like perfect in the hand. So I really dig that. It looks really good. We'll bring in Kong, and I'll show you how she looks there, scale-wise. That's pretty awesome. That's really nice. Kong also comes with his shackles, as broken shackles, as seen in the first movie. Very nice paint on these. The weathering looks great, over like the gunmetal gray, and then the chains are actual chain, so that's nice, and they actually are weathered and painted as well. So really, really nice looking. Both of them are great. You just can pop them open just like so, and it's real easy to get on. A little bit harder to get off. You really you got to stick your nail in between there to get it off. But they look really great on, as you saw in the opening. Nice little click there. I don't feel like they, would be breakable or anything. If that click implied anything to you guys. And there you go. And if you saw my unboxing video, you know that Kong came with this head on, and not the growling head, but That's a good head. But this is good too. You know, very stoic. Just nicely sculpted. I really dig the look here. All the hair looks great. The paint looks great. The eyes are nice and perfect. Looking good. He's got a little scar there, you know, same scar. But looking really nice on his lip there. See the little scar. I just really like it. I like his hairdo. He's a very cool Kong. Brow looks great. Oh, it all looks good. There's another little scar on the brow there. So very cool. You got little ears inside there. Very nice. Kind of hidden away. But really cool and very simple. All the joints, you know, where you have to, the ball joints where you have to replace stuff, they're very, it's very simple in and out of them, you know, like no worries. So no hassle there. And that's how he looks with his head on. Looking good. Looking really good, you know. Again, I don't think for my shelf he's going to have this look, but if you know, you wanted this head on your shelf, you know, just very plain vanilla, it works and it looks good. So very nicely done there by Mezco. But all right, I know what you guys want to see. You want to see size comparisons for this guy, don't you? So let's get into it because we're going to do a lot. Let's start small with a couple of SH Figure Arts Ultraman figures. There you got Ultraman Jack and Ultraman Jeed Royal Mega Master. So you can see, much bigger than those, not really to scale with those types of figures. Here he is with a couple of Marvel Legends with the Venom and the just reviewed Spider Mech. I kind of like this. I feel like there's going to be a good pick in this. Here we're getting to the good stuff now. We got the Sovi Spirits Raijin and Shrike-Thorn, and I really like this scaling. I feel like that looks very good together. Another great scale, the Pacific Rim first movie figures from NECA. The kaiju here look pretty good here with him. That's pretty awesome. You're kind of getting the picture where the scaling for this Kong is gonna be at with this, I think. Speaking of Pacific Rim, here he is with Jaegers from all the companies that gave him to us. NECA, Tamashi, and DST. No, but yeah, that's looking the best right there. Here he is with the recent Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figures, the Ankylosaurus and the Indoraptor. I like this too. These guys work very well together as well. Unfortunately, it might be a little bit too small to scale right with the Legacy T-Rex. What are you gonna do? But that might work out a little better. That's a nice T-Rex for it. It's the only regular T-Rex I think I got. I think this was a Schlag. So that looks pretty good. The recent Rebor V-Rexes probably will work really good with this guy. Unfortunately, I could not secure those. How about a Rampage Lizzie? That's not bad. That could work. You know, she's long, but I don't know. That'd be an interesting fight. But hoo boy, here we go. I like this. I think that looks really cool. This is the MMS Mechagodzilla, the Master Design Mechagodzilla. I like that a lot. I think they face off pretty well. But let's get to some stuff people want to really see. Some Godzillas. And I hate to tell y'all, but for the regular size Godzillas here, and this is the two 2014s from both NECA and SH Monstars, the scale is just not right. Apologies there, folks. I know this is something you wanted to have, but it's definitely just a tad bit too big for these particular guys. But how about a couple of bigger Godzillas? In the 17, the anime, and the Shin Godzilla here, so a little bit better. The problem is, his head is so big that just in the head alone, I feel like the scale goes off the charts, you know, like, it's just not right. But definitely height-wise, yeah, a little bit bigger if you want to say this is a really big Kong. You know, yeah. And then again, the Kong in King Kong vs. Godzilla original, he's a big boy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you could do it. You could do it. But in my opinion, the best Godzilla to scale with this dude from SH Monster Arts is the deluxe KKK version. You know what it means. I think that looks great. You know, he's just super tall, and, you know, if he's got to look up to him, that's the way it should be. I could also dismiss the head at this point, so I really like this a lot. I think that's a cool scale here. It works for me personally. You guys let me know your thoughts on this one, but I like this. Out of everything I've shown you, I like this the best. Even with the, you know, the Pacific Rim stuff that he does scale well with, I feel like this just looks very cool. It's the Godzilla King Kong dynamic, you know? It just looks very cool together. And one final comparison, here he is with some of the other Kongs in the collection, with the Kong of Skull Island, Funko. I'm like drawing a blank. The McFarlane Toys original Kong, and the SH Monster Arts Kong, who kind of actually, you know, almost stand at the same height, you know, but let's see if it's there. But yeah, this guy is just a tad taller, and he's just like wider. So, but that's how they look together. Not so bad, honestly. It's just funny to me that because of the size of his head and his arms and stuff, you know, he gets a little wider, and he doesn't scale well with some of his other Monster Arts friends. But them two together, that's not the worst. Final thoughts, I think Mezco did a great job here. This was an unexpected release at the beginning of the year, and it became a highly anticipated one for me. And I got what I paid for, you know. It's definitely well worth the money. The sculpt is phenomenal. The paint is awesome. And I just think it just looks really good. Articulation could be a little better. And, you know, the hands pop out a bit too easy. But that's kind of minor for me. It still holds great poses and looks great with a lot of different figures. Definitely on the bigger scale, so definitely keep that in mind when you're getting it, but definitely well worth the money. Alright guys, and that is my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below, and if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Till next time, peace out, peeps.